Hi, I'm John Grayland. I'm really the Operation and Programme Manager for Birmingham Own Health and for the assistive technology programme that we have with partners like HomeEd and NHS Direct. What we've done is we've started putting monitors in people's homes, and these are people with long-term conditions, and in particular with COPD, so chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and heart failure. And people who have those, we put the monitors in people's homes, and the monitors can take lots of clinical measurements: blood pressure, weight, oxygen saturation and other measurements, which are then fed to a call centre, usually daily, and then we can look at those daily readings, and we can look at any trends, and we can determine how people are getting on in managing their disease, and whether they're, if you like, sliding, and whether there's any chance of future hospitalisation. And in doing that, then our nurses at the call centre can decide whether that person needs a phone call and a discussion about how they're managing their disease, whether they need a home visit from, say, a community matron, or whether they need to inform their GP that there's a potential problem. And this way we find we can support people to look after themselves a lot better. And we can do it a lot more cheaply without having to constantly be calling on people. You know, we can tell remotely how people are getting on. What comes with the monitors and kit and everything that we get from HomeEd is also a software called Livestream software, and you know, the people at the GP surgery, people here at the call centre can all log into that software and read a patient's readings over a certain length of time and see, you know, is the blood pressure getting better or worse? Is the oxygen saturation getting better or worse? And so on. And that helps us help the patients. Certainly. What we do find is that this is a superb system for helping us keep people out of hospital. Just to give, I mean, to date, 74 of our patients have now had these monitors in their home for 12 months or more. And what we found with those 74 patients is that we've saved around about £300,000 worth of hospital admissions. And we did a comparison of before they had the monitor, after they had the monitor. So that's an enormous saving. That was something like 80%, or a bit more than 80% in fact, of hospital admissions that they, you know, didn't happen because we were able to speak to them in advance of, say, an exacerbation of their COPD, and help them, you know, before they ended up calling 999. And so that's an enormous saving for the NHS. If we extrapolate that up, you know, it probably only takes, what, 300 patients, and we're saving over £1 million. Now, there's some costs, obviously, to offset against that, including the cost of the machines and the staff to monitor it and so on. But I would say we're getting at least a 2-to-1 return on that investment, and maybe better if we can go to a slightly larger scale. We offer a lot of telephone assistance to people with diabetes, but we haven't been using yet the monitors with people with diabetes. That is an option we're looking at to moving on next. So you can to the monitors that we have, you can attach blood glucose machines. I'm not quite sure what the word for them is, but you know, to measure those sort of things and to measure HbA1c. Of course, that requires patient blood, so that requires a slightly more intrusive measurement, which is one of the reasons we haven't moved to it yet. I think we'll try that out. Certainly in terms of our telephone helplines, our Birmingham Own Health, a lot of those members, as we call them, do have diabetes, and we find that very helpful to help them control their diabetes. A regular telephone call and a telephone helpline they can ring any time does help them with control, and I think our next move is to try them with the home monitoring as well.